Hello, my friends. So sorry I haven't been with you every day. I've been traveling, and at this moment, I'm in India, in the city of Surat, and I'm giving a talk and a workshop on abundance, the inner path to wealth. So I thought maybe share a few ideas with you about abundance and what the inner path is. So normally we think of success as being driven by hard work, exacting plans, driving ambition, and what we call smart goals. And success can come to you that way as well. But hard work, driving ambition, exacting plans, smart goals will also lead to a lot of stress. And stress, of course, then aggravates everything. It causes physical and mental distress, and ultimately is responsible for 90% indirectly or directly of all disease, maybe even 95%, and also for addictive behavior, which is a pandemic and a growing pandemic. And stress, addictive behavior, inflammation, depression all go together. So in order to create abundance in the everyday world of existence, or that which we call modern society, you have to pay a huge price. You work very hard to make money, and then you have to spend that money to regain your health. And sometimes even that is not possible. And the money you have created is creating more money for a lot of people. And the more money they make, the more money they want to make, and they have never had time to enjoy it or to even use it. It becomes like a drug, an addiction. So, what is the key to abundance? What is the inner path to wealth? The first thing is, don't confuse your net worth with your self-worth. Because if your self-worth is based on net worth, then you will never have self-worth or true self-esteem. True self-esteem means you feel beneath no one, you are fearless, and you are immune to the good and bad opinions of the world. So let me say that again. True self-esteem is fearless, beneath no one, and independent of the good and bad opinions of the world. Responsive to feedback, but immune to criticism. That's the true self, and that's self-esteem. Net worth is a reflection of sometimes the ego, but it could be the reflection of self-esteem as well. In fact, that is the only way to create abundance. So abundance, the inner path to wealth, is actually understanding success in a different way. And I'll define it now. Success is the progressive realization of worthy goals. It is the ability to have love and compassion. It is the ability to be at all times connected to your creative center, which is your true self. And that true self is a field of infinite possibilities, infinite correlation, infinite creativity, unpredictability, and the source of attention and intention. So when you identify with the true self, you have the ability to create abundance in all its different expressions: safety, security, love, belongingness, transformation, creative expression, money, insight, intuition, higher consciousness, and transcendence. That is true abundance. And that comes from the fact that your true self is infinitely abundant. The expression that comes from that identity, true self, is generosity of spirit. For every thought you've had, infinite more thoughts to be had. Every creative idea, infinite more creative ideas, etc., etc. You are the expression of infinity. Infinity. Infinity cannot be conceptualized. Infinity cannot be imagined. Infinity is formless, spaceless, timeless, irreducible, fundamental, and yet it is the nature of existence. Infinity as the background, as the field of all possibilities, and its expression that we call the universe, with its infinite diversity of knowers, knowing, and all things known. Going back to that source is infinite abundance. You have the capacity of infinite abundance. The infinite modifies itself into finite experiences. But if you have access to infinity, it's having access to a bank, literally, with infinite amount of abundance in all its forms, including money. And then its finite expressions are the flow of abundance with effortless spontaneity, without any resistance, without any regrets, in the creative moment that we call now. In the creative moment that we call now. So I would say abundance starts with a joyful, energetic body, a reflective, clear mind, love and compassion in the heart, and lightness of being. No stress, no resistance to existence, because all stress is the misuse of imagination, and all creativity is the appropriate use of imagination. We have the ability to imagine anything, conceive anything, because that which we conceive comes from an infinite source. That which we create comes from an infinite source. How do we do that? Well, stop identifying with concepts as reality. Your body is a concept. It's a karmic projection of past experiences, painful and pleasurable. The world is a concept. Concept, why? Because all we experience is sensations, images, feelings, thoughts, and we conceptualize that as the world, the universe. And everything you see out there, so-called out there, because that's happening in your awareness, it's actually a creative expression of human minds that have been conditioned from a source that is infinite. But what we create is finite, always, including our own body, finite. But if you know that the source is infinite, then these finite expressions can be recycled forever. And that's what money is. Money is actually the exchange of values. It's a concept. Started out with barter, and then with shells and coins and copper and silver and gold and paper, and now digital. Zeros and minuses that tell you this is money, and you can email it here and there. And in return, you can create a building, buy a palace, and trade on Wall Street, all digitally. As we enter this new era of digital technology, taking everything, which is influencing everything we do, you begin to realize that actually we are all digital characters in a digital world. fictional expressions of the infinite as this finite expression, and as the world is a finite expression that recycles, evolves, so does this, what we call the body, recycles and evolves to higher levels of creativity, unpredictability, abstraction, vision, and manifestation. So shift your identity from your body-mind to that in which the body-mind is a process and an experience. Cultivate a joyful, energetic body, a loving, compassionate heart, clear mind, reflective mind, quiet mind, creative mind, and lightness of being. Then introduce intention, sankalpa, subtle intention, but use that intention to seed the fertile field of infinite possibilities, like a little drop in a calm lake. And that little drop, a little pebble, in a still lake, if you drop it, it ripples as a particular expression of that little pebble. So to your subtle intentions, dropped into the field of infinite possibilities, organize their own fulfillment. But start with balance in body, mind, spirit. Joyful, energetic body, loving, compassionate heart, clear mind, creative mind, reflective mind, lightness of being, free as the wind. Then introduce sankalpas, whatever you have. What do I want? Ask the question. Listen to the sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts you have, and let the universe organize its fulfillment while you stay settled in the field of infinite possibilities. That is the yogic way to create abundance. And it involves three things: dharana, focused intention and attention; dhyan, meditation; and samadhi, transcendence. If you can master that, you can master your body, you can master what we call the universe, because the universe is also your extended body. And this leads us into the realm of siddhis, supernormal powers, and even riddhis, influencing the elements and forces of the universe in your body and aligning them with the elements and forces of the universe, because they're both the same things, same expression of the generosity of spirit. Spirit recycling as infinite abundance. Let me know if you find this useful. I'm moving on from abundance because now I understand that abundance is easy. Even money is easy. All you have to know is your values, and all you have to know is the values of people that you want to engage with. And the exchange of values is the creation of money in that ecosystem of values. That's why we call money exchange and currency. So this is easily could be also called the yoga of money, what I'm talking about. So have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed this little shooting of the breeze on my part. And I think what I'll focus on now is how symbols of reality create the experience of reality. Symbols of reality. Money is a symbol of infinite abundance. But soon we forget that we have access to a bank that can generate infinite amount of abundance, including money. Take care, my friends.